From the East Tennessee Weather Center, here's your evening weather update with meteorologist Mike Witcher.
So it's been fairly quiet around East Tennessee so far. Now we had a couple of stronger thunderstorms and even some severe weather in parts of southeastern Kentucky. But remember, we've been talking about anytime after 5 o'clock, likely getting into the 7 to 10 o'clock hour tonight. That's going to be our greatest risk for severe storms. As you can clearly see on the screen, we did top out into the 60s and 70s again here today. So it was definitely another warm and kind of a muggier spring day, if you will, around East Tennessee. But when you look at the visible satellite imagery, obviously we'll lose the clouds as the sun goes down. But you can see all the storms back off to our west. Those storms will be heading our way. And this is all in that risk area for severe weather. And so we do have a level 1 and a level 2 risk for strong to severe thunderstorms, isolated in nature. And that's anytime from now through about midnight tonight at the very latest, and things will quiet down overnight tonight into the early morning hours. But when you break down that risk for severe storms, we can look at the different elements or parameters within inside that. And so when you look at the wind outlook, we do have a 5 and 15% probability for some possible wind damage. And so I think wind damage is going to be the greatest extent of any severe weather, and that would be winds greater than 60 miles per hour. We also have the potential for seeing larger hail, 1 inch in diameter or even larger, which also signifies a severe thunderstorm, but cannot rule out an isolated tornado. It's not the major player, but we do have enough spin in the atmosphere that we could tap into that as we get into the rest of the evening hours. Again, I will be broadcasting live if I need to as these storms continue to move their way out of Middle Tennessee and Kentucky and into our area. So the greatest extent or greatest threat from now through basically midnight will be damaging winds and large hail. Low category for isolated flooding and flash flooding concerns, but I think that's going to change over the next couple of weeks, and I'll explain why coming up in just a second. But the low end, it is still very possible for a tornado, but again, that's not the major player. Damaging wind can do a lot more destruction than an isolated tornado. All right, so let's pick up our future cast at 6 o'clock here this evening. Again, these showers and thunderstorms will be coming in from the west, and as they do so, they're going to be packing a punch. So as we get into the 8, 9, and 10 o'clock hour, that's when the storms are going to really be firing up. But I think anytime after about 10, we'll start to see things kind of quiet down. We're going to have a wet start to our Friday morning, thanks to the rain that we're going to see for this evening. And we'll see some decent rain. Not everyone's going to pick up on the heaviest rain, but if you get storm after storm, that's when we could see some localized flooding concerns. All right, overnight tonight, by the way, we still have that flash flood risk by the Weather Prediction Center, so we're under a level 1 risk for some localized flooding and flash flooding concerns. All right, 6 p.m. observations. We had temperatures in the 60s. It's definitely been a warm evening. For the rest of the evening, we'll stay in the 60s all the way through about 8 o'clock here tonight, with morning lows dipping down into the 30s and 40s. So it's going to be a little bit chillier tomorrow morning than what we've been experiencing over the last couple of mornings, especially this morning. And as we get into the afternoon hours, temperatures will come down a little bit. So we are looking at slightly cooler, but still above average weather on our Friday. With highs in the 50s and 60s, that's still 10 degrees above average. Elevated rain chances. Not a total washout each and every day, but every single day we do have a chance for some scattered showers. Some days a little bit more than others. And it's going to pile up. When you look at the Weather Prediction Center's forecast over the next 3 days, this takes us through Saturday night. We'll pick up about, generally speaking, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Then we take you all the way through Monday. And look at this. More rain is on the way. Now let's take you all the way through next Wednesday. And we're talking about a lot of rain. 2 to 4 inches of rainfall over the next 7 days. And it may not stop there. We're talking about elevated rain chances all the way through the 6 to 10 day outlook and also the 8 to 14 day outlook by the Climate Prediction Center. Temperature trend, well, we're staying above average all the way through Saturday. Saturday is going to be a great day. And then we're looking at falling temperatures on into our Sunday as another cold front swings through. That's going to bring us those elevated rain chances. And so when you look at low temperatures, our average low is 31, where our lows are actually going to be pretty mild in the 40s and 50s. And we may continue that above average weather pattern for the next 2 weeks. So we're going to keep you posted on that again. We are talking about the possibility of severe weather as we head through the rest of the evening hours. Make sure you download the East Tennessee Weather app. I will send a push alert if I do live severe weather coverage this evening, and you'll get push notifications from the National Weather Service through the East Tennessee Weather app when any watches or warnings are issued for our area. All right, here's more on the app itself. Plan your day with the East Tennessee Weather app. From video forecast weather updates to an interactive radar giving you past, current, and future radar of 2 hours to day part, 7 days, current conditions, access to the only 24-hour weather channel right here in East Tennessee, live weather cameras, and severe weather alerts from the National Weather Service. Download the app today to always stay in the know. This is East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.